Okay, so I may as well start now as at any other time. This is the second Salix 15 GNU and Linux installation video. First one you saw from outside of the laptop as I was loading it in, and you saw my hand waving about and pressing keys and pointing at stuff. Now we're inside it and we are going to have a look around. Now I am using the VP8 video codec on Simple Screen Recorder to record this because I haven't installed the codecs yet, and I haven't done a lot of other things. I have updated it with GSlapped, and I have installed Simple Screen Recorder and Audacity. Everything else is exactly as you get on the DVD. As has been noted, there is no live release yet. There is a beta up on the SourceForge, but they're not encouraging people to use that on the website yet. So most installs now at the moment are from the installer disk, and in the installer disk you set your repositories already. I was going to show you how to set the repositories, set your repos basically, and you do it with this repository mirror. This is something that you have to do when you install after a live system install, or you used to on 14.2, and then you would choose your repository mirror for your updates and for your software installs. You don't have to do that on the install DVD because you've chosen it during the install. The next thing to do is go to your GSlapped package manager, hit update and mark all upgrades, and then execute, and that will bring you bang up to date before you do anything else, such as installing the software you want to install. Now, what software might you want to install? Like, what comes with it? The DVD installer, what comes with it? You get the usual XFCE4 goodies. You also get L3AF pad, as Jim noted. You get notes for your quick notes, screen shooter, task manager, Thuna, Zim desktop wiki, which is a non-standard thing, GTK man manual page viewer, brilliant, nice, never seen that before. You get the Ngrampa archive manager, you get a clipboard manager character map, and your catfish file search. Not everyone includes that anymore. Under development you get GTK demo, wow, you get GNU. You get an icon browser, you get Meld to compare and merge your files. I'm not entirely sure what that's for. You get a print editor, you get the Qt4 Assistant, Qt4 Designer, Qt4 Linguist, Qt5 Assistant, Qt5 Linguist, Qt5 Debus Viewer. You get Widget Factory. What? I don't know what any of that is. I'm not sure if I brought some of that in or not, but I don't think so, because I simply brought in Simple Screen Recorder and Audacity. Everything else is in there. Okay, so yeah, that's basically it. You get the full LibreOffice, even with Base. You don't get LibreOffice Base with most distros. You don't get the full LibreOffice. The full LibreOffice is Base, Calc, Draw, Impress, Math, and Writer, and also the Start Center, which I call the hub, because you can load saved files and it will open them in the correct part of the Office kit. Alright, so this is the default theming, and these are the default icons, and I blooming love them. And I also appreciate that we've got the sections down the left where they make more sense, right next to the button. You get the sections, and then you choose from within. But the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go and Multimedia. We're going to install the Multimedia codecs. Now, I do believe that Jim had a bit of a problem with this. He was trying to take a SU. It was asking for a SU password, and it was asking for it under a sudo set of expectations, should we say. But I've only got sudo, so let's put in my password. So look, I've had no problems that Jim had with root privileges being asked for when he asked to log in with sudo. So here we go. I've had no such access problems, so that's not necessarily a thing that's going to happen every single time, because it hasn't happened for me. Another thing was I had no problems. Good Lord, look at this lot. So these are all the codecs that you can get. I will have the lot, please. Yeah, there's my H.264, which I needed to record the video on this, but you know, I'll use the VP8 and see how we get along. We'll have all of those. I remember back in the days you had to select the G-Streamer ones, and you would have to go the extra mile to install the bad and the uglies. You would just get the goods, but everyone went the extra mile, so they, you know, let's make that the default. Okay, would you like to remove the Codecs installer from your system? Well, I guess I don't need it now, do I? So let's remove it. Okay, so yeah, here's the desktop. You've got the whisker menu there, shortcut to your terminal. Nice and simple. XFCE4 terminal. The thing that I really love about this, and it's mentioned so many times, is this is so fast. It's incredible. Okay, here's a list, shortcut to L3 AF pad, which is leaf pad. And that's the ideal note-taking thing on a distribution called Salix, with Salix being the Latin for willow, as in the willow tree. I only learned that the other day. I'm not clever or anything like that. Shortcut to your web browser. Default web browser is, of course, gonna load eventually. Firefox. There you go. That's your default one. And you can sort out your privacy and whatever like that as much as you like. Oh, here's a thing as well. Like I was saying, the Wi-Fi was fine straight away, and I think I just got lucky with my firmware on this machine. It just happens to be a fairly easily recognised one, and a fairly long in the tooth one now, because this is an old Satellite Pro from, let's see, it's about 10 years old. Let's just say that much. Although I did treat it to an SSD, and I doubled the RAM, I do believe. Have we got H-stop on here? Did Jim had to put it on, or was it just there already? Come on. So yeah, there we go. That doesn't really tell us too much, except that we're quad core and we've got 8 gigs of RAM. Okay, I will have to. Let's see if we've got Inkscape. I don't think we have. I'll tell you a bit more. No Inkscape. So I'm going to get out of that. I could slap get space dash I. Oh, let's try that. Yeah, let's try that. Helps if you spell it right. Let's try it. Wow, it's done. So let's XCF then. So yeah, this is what we've got to tell you about this particular laptop. It's a Satellite Pro R50B. The BIOS, when was the BIOS? 2014. So yeah, it's 8 years old. It's not 10 years old, 8 years old. So I was given it when it was 3 years old, because I was given it in December 2017 by Zebedee Bus. Thank you very much, Zeb. It's still going strong, mate. And here I am today, like 5 years later, and it's still going strong. Absolutely love it. The battery's at about 44% capacity now, so you know, what can you do? It's a dual core i5, 42100U, 64 bits. Okay. Yeah, 1366, 768. Pretty standard for them days. Yeah, okay, cool, no swap. And we're using 932 meg, 11% running simple screen recorder, and yeah, a terminal. Probably something else going on under the hood. Would hope so. So there we go. What else is there to say? Yeah, I said about doing setting the repositories, but that's set on during install, doing the updates. Oh, let's launch GSlapped. Boom. Come on, sir. There we go. I'm quite happy with this theming, quite honestly. I'm really rather happy with it. I quite like it light now. I think I've gone over the dark phase. And again, we could do the update and see if there's any updates. There shouldn't be. And there is an update notifier that comes down here as well. I did notice when I did the updates, while I'd done the update call just there, it appeared down here saying there is updates, and I'd already done them in here anyway. So let's look for something. What should we look for? What is there in the Salix repos, eh? What is there? Bundled up in a binary that we can choose. I'm going to look for Inkscape. I mean, that should be fairly ubiquitous anyway. But it's something I would definitely use. So, there it is. There's Inkscape. Mark to install it. Bingo, it's down there on the list. What else? What else? I've pretty much got all the media players I need. I've got the screencasting software, which I'm using now. I've now got the H.264 codec for when I want to do the next screencast. Although quite what I'll do, I don't know. I'll probably just be poodling around. What else can we look for? Maybe Focuswriter, although I don't really use that as much as I love it. Do you know what? I really can't think of anything. I'm certainly not interested in using FlatHub and Flatpaks. If I was to use anything containered, it would kind of defeat the object of using Salix in the first place. But I would use an app image all on its own in its little container with no hooks in any part of the system whatsoever. So I'm going to stick with just installing Inkscape. So when you've chosen your softwares, you would enter a new name there, and it would call that and mark it for it to be installed. Then you just hit execute, and then it tells you which ones. This looks just like apt here. Here's all its dependencies and everything. So this is the beauty of using GSlapped. It will handle the dependencies too. And it will also give you the option to just download the packages so you can transport them to another machine and install from there. Just like you can with Synaptic or apt. So let's go for it. Now there is one word of advice: if you want to install Steam, I think that's going to take a little bit of extra work. I do believe there are such things as NVIDIA drivers. Yeah, NVIDIA driver is there. 5.15.48 Salix build. I don't believe Steam is there, so I don't quite know how you would install Steam if that's what you wish to do. And by dint of its absence, it's a Steam protocol. Yeah, no, do you know, by dint of its absence, this is never going to make it onto my main machines because I do like to play the odd game here and there. So anyway, a little bit of GSlapped. The access problems and the administrative privilege problems that Jim had, I didn't get any of, so quite what was happening there I don't know. But yeah, very, very nice, very, very fast, very, very solid. I mean, look, I I left a comment on DistroWatch, a little review of Salix 15, and I mentioned that it's like a comfortable old shoe or a comfortable armchair. It's not got all the bling, it hasn't got all the flash, but it's very, very comfortable and very, very reliable. And it seems a lot of people agree with me, because as of now there's 10 upvotes for that comment. So anyway, go and have a look, upvote it yourself. And I'll see you in the next video. I don't know whether it'll be this on Salix or not, but Salix is wonderful, and you know, it's well worth the wait every single time. It's worth the wait for Slackware, and it's worth the wait for this beautiful, accessible, solid way of becoming part of the Slackware world. Slackware's the granddaddy of Linux, and this does it proud. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you again next time.